Welcome to this short video about the customer homepage. My name is Hans Peter Ramstad and I'm the founder of TalEction. From this page you can see that there are two main functions that you can use. That's create a new project and create a new pool. The create new project is all about recruitment. So it's creating a project that supports how to bring in, vet, test, screen and onboard a talent for an open position you have in your company. Running through this project, you will create a job profile for the job in question. You will create the recruitment project that is an umbrella for the overall portfolio for that project. And you will create the recruitment campaign that you can use on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, etc. to promote this position. The second type of function is to create a new pool. What makes create a new pool different from recruiting project is that you are not aiming for a given position, but you are starting to collect talent for future possibilities. And in a pool project, you set it up and then you add some activities and then you can choose to promote that yourself, or you can generate also a campaign that you can push out. And then you start collecting talent and you put that into different groups in or on the TalEction platform. So that's the two functions. Below that you see the projects that you have created, either as a recruitment or a talent pool project. You also see the groups that was generated based on that. At the bottom of the page you see an overview of the best practices for recruiting. Some of them are generic, while others are more specific to the TalEction platform. So let's start by creating a new project, a recruitment project. So this kicks off a wizard, a 10-step wizard that will collect everything you need in order to start a recruitment project. And it will generate, as I stated earlier, a recruitment project, a job profile, and a campaign that you can use to advertise for the position and collect and attract talent. The first step is about the order, so that you're ordering a recruitment project. The second is about the job, so describing what kind of title it is, a short description of the position, start date, location, job type, education level, etc. And also adding job description and a context description, so the company in which the job is situated. So that's the second step. You use the bottom button here to navigate to the next step, and in doing so you also trigger off a validation of the fields in that step. The third step is about experience. So this is where you select what kind of industry this position is within, what kind of level, from entry junior level until the vice president lead level, and what kind of function we are talking about here. And then you indicate if because this will be used in activity for the candidates, and then you define if the function experience and the industry experience are mandatory or not. So here you select if the industry is mandatory, and then you have to, if it's mandatory, you get a high score if you have experience within the industry. And also the level, if you have to have the level or above, if it's mandatory or flagged as minimum, then you of course you get a higher matching score for the candidate if you hit that level or above. Next step is organization culture, which is 1 out of 4. You have a short description of it. If you want details, you click on this increase size and then get up this dialog. And then you choose one of them by selecting in this fashion. And this will set a lot of different characteristics in the job profile and be very dominant in the algorithmic match score for that position. So this is a key selection criteria. And then you have a set of 4 steps that are optional. You have the team role, which is grouped into people-oriented, thinking-oriented, and action-oriented with a short description. You can select one or more of these team roles. And then you go to the next step, work pattern. You select in which part of the value chain this is located. Is it a sales position with some marketing activities, for example? And you also select the level. So if it's all about just remembering tasks that you need to repeat over and over again, or it's more like you have to understand why you do it, or you have to understand how to apply that same type of activity to another set. So it's high degree of understanding of the job. So you select which level this is on, and then you move to the next step. I just select the tab here. Here you enter the skills that the core special skills that are needed for this job, and you're free to select as many as you want. And you categorize them within these different groups of functional, industry knowledge, tools, technologies, etc. And then select what level you need the candidate to meet. And then you select if it's mandatory skill or not. All this will drive the pattern matching score afterwards in the algorithms chosen. After that, you have core skills. Then you can select one of 4 or 5 basically core skills that are important in today's job market or in the future job market. Curiosity, assertiveness, grit, empathy, and urgency. Or you can select a meta study that covers all these 5, but in less of a detail. And then the core skills, you select different areas, also recommended by OECD and World Economic Forum. And these selections here will basically select what kind of games that will be selected as an activity for the candidate. And then you go on to the 9th step, which is a mandatory step, where you define the criteria, the properties of the marketing campaign, including logo, image, what kind of channels, start date, etc., etc. Last page, everything gets summarized, and also you get the recommended activity set, which with an indicator as to how long a candidate will need to use in order to do these activities. The activity set you can change if you want to set some other activities for the candidates. For example, remove the special skills, core skills, etc. and just select this. And then you see that the time taken for candidates to complete the activities is reduced accordingly. So summarizing all the selection, setting the activity set for the candidates, approve the use of data and that you're not a robot, and then just save and send. And as stated earlier, this will create a job profile, a recruitment project, and the campaign which you can start recruiting against straight away. So going back here, we can look at an existing project that has been created. So you see it here, you click on it, and here you see all the details, the job link to the job profile, link to the campaign page, link to the candidate landing page that it automatically created from this wizard. And here you have the stats of the progress for this given project. So not many visitors to the landing page. 1 has left contact me information, and 2 have added themselves as users and has revealed their profile so that you can start screening. And just a quick look at the screening page, which is covered in another video in more details, where you can see the scoring of the different candidates. To go back to the main page and then look at the other type of project, creating a new pool, which is a similar wizard that you have to go through, but with much fewer steps, just 4 steps here, 3 with content, 1 is optional, you don't need to run a marketing campaign for this. So you set up the group that you're going to channel these these talents into for later usage. You define the project. It can either be basic, where there is no activities, you just collect their names and the basic information. You can ask them to go through and score themselves against an index, the sales, future, or founder, or change agent index. Or there is also a test, different type of test configuration that you can use as activities for the candidates that you want to collect in your pool. For example, this, the personality intelligence and some games, or just a personality test, or just a fluid intelligence test, or etc. So there are many options here. Third, you define the characteristics of the marketing campaign you want to run, and finalize with just a summary. You approve the data being stored, and then just save and send. So that's the two type of projects that you can create. And you also looked at one recruitment project and how candidates start flowing in, and you can start screening and start selecting. And here you have the best practices for a recruitment project, and some of them are specific to the use of TalEction. So thanks for listening to this video, and good luck with TalEction. Thank you.